Hey friends, Kylie here, your host of Dream On with Kylie O'Miller, back for another episode with another inspiring friend, leader in the lacrosse world, and one of my all-time favorite role models. Thank you as always for tuning in. These episodes are recorded from a live Zoom webinar I hold through the KO17 Lacrosse app and constructed into this Dream On podcast you have found here. I hope you are gaining some insight from these episodes from some of the people I have met through my lacrosse journey that have imposed so much of their wisdom on me. We've got another really special guest this week, and I'm really pumped to get right into it. This episode's guest is someone that I've always tabbed as one of the female lacrosse players that I always idolized growing up. Watching her dazzle other teams with her fancy plays, hustle, and obvious determination to become the legend that she is today. Michelle Tumolo and I sat down and had a really fun and loose conversation about her journey in the lacrosse world, how she will never stop being her true, authentic self, and how caring for the people around her has brought her nothing but happiness and success in her life, her lacrosse and coaching career, and really despite any hardships she may have faced. I am grateful to have had my now teammate and friend, Tumi, on here because, as she says, there's no such thing as age, and with that said, I will forever look up to this human. Oh, and grab yourself some MT35 gear at her website if you're feeling like dreaming. I hope you enjoy this one just as much as I did. Ooh, we got a crew today. Half of you are my name for whatever reason, but technical difficulties today.
I love it.
It's so funny. Oh, man. All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys are new here today, my name is Kylie O'Miller. Welcome to another Wednesday Wisdoms. This was something we offered. Hello. This is something that we offered through the KO17 Lacrosse app, and it has just grown into such an awesome thing. And my biggest thing for it was being able to kind of bring on guests that have been a really big inspiration for me throughout my lacrosse journey and have just had a really big impact on who I am as a person and as a lacrosse player. And what you see based on the KO17 Lacrosse app is all because of these people. So I am fangirling right now. Michelle's gonna yell at me. Fangirling right now because Michelle Tumolo is here and she is wearing a KO17 Lacrosse t-shirt, and I am just over the moon because Michelle is someone that I have always looked up to growing up, and I'm so lucky to call her a friend, a mentor, a leader, a teammate, so many things. So I'm really excited for this episode tonight. I'm really excited that you're all here. So Michelle.
Right back at you, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Well, we both got some really, really sweet shirts.
Yes.
This is friends supporting friends right now.
Yes. Totally. I love it.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I think a lot of you on here understand who Michelle is. And for those of you listening who don't know, Michelle is a professional lacrosse player. She played at Syracuse. She was a superstar there. Again, I was in high school watching her just do all the fancy behind the backs and everything growing up, and it was amazing. She was a Twarton finalist while she was there, All-American. She's a Team USA Gold Medalist. She is the head coach at Wagner, which I know she's super proud of.
Yes.
And this is a fun fact that I came across to me, but you were the first women's lacrosse pro league draft pick. Like, first.
You know what's funny? My sister said that the other day and I forgot. I was like, I was like, I don't remember that.
But pretty much all the accolades, and just an even better person than she is a lacrosse player on the field. And again, someone who's inspired me throughout my entire lacrosse journey and even now. So super excited to be here. Thank you, Tumi, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled. And I see a familiar face, and Chloe, from the quarantine, we were doing clinics together. I'm excited.
Love it. Awesome. So, I mean, I know we do like a ton of these Zooms, especially right now. And I know we do a lot of interviews as well, but one of my favorite things that we like to start off here, I like to call it off to a good start. A lot of times we just hop right into questions and we just start talking about lacrosse. So I'd like to know, 3 quick things here, something that you're thankful for today, Tumi.
Today, I am thankful for, and one, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to meet all of you. I am thankful for my health in this crazy time and that my team is allowed back on campus. So Not every college is able to have their team back, so I'm just so excited, and that everyone's healthy and I'm healthy as well. So that's like the biggest thing that I'm thankful for today.
Absolutely. So important right now. And I'm so happy to hear that you're back on campus. That's exciting. Are you guys happy to be there? I'm sure everybody was like so excited just to see everybody and get
Yes.
back to small groups.
And of course it's like so different. Like everyone, the rules are very strict, but I'm just happy to be there because I know some people are not. So able to do that. Yeah, like some people are at home, like, some schools aren't even allowed to be in person. So I'm really thankful for that.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you. Happy for the girls. Happy that they're getting back out there. I know it's been a long couple months, so that's exciting. All right, on to the next thing here. Something that you're proud to say that you've accomplished today.
Literally today, I accomplished something that was really cool. And I wasn't sure if that was like today or literally like just in my life.
Today.
Okay, good. Today I went to a local high school, and I'll explain why. But why it wasn't at Wagner. To one of my new assistants, her name's Miranda Stinson. She played at Colorado, really great place. She knows a friend that is doing, starting a business doing like highlight film. So she was like, "Can I like do one for you?" And I was like, "Of course." I was like, "I'm kind of older. I don't really have highlight, like STX stuff and whatnot, but it's really hard to find stuff of me." So I'm like, "Okay." So that was like really cool. So I was like out there doing some fun stuff, and she was flying the drone. The reason why we had to go not at Wagner was because in New York, you're not allowed to fly a drone unless you have a license. So if anyone has a drone.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. So
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so we had to go. I went to work and then I came back here, and we did it. So it was really cool, but it was fun, and I'm excited for our business.
Wait, that's so exciting. One, I didn't know Miranda was your new assistant.
Yeah,
she was a player.
Yeah.
Yeah. So exciting. Good for you. That's going to be so fun. I know she was definitely always on the scouting report. That's for sure.
Always.
Right? Oh man, that's awesome. I learned so much on these chats. I had no idea anything about drone rules. So
we didn't either. My boss was like, "Yeah, you can't do that. You have to go to another state." But I live in New Jersey. So. Yeah. But it makes sense with all the buildings and so yeah.
Is it New York State or just New York City?
I think I want to say it could be New York City.
Okay.
But
yeah. So. Oh my goodness.
Fun fact, you guys. Fun fact.
Fun fact. We're learning things today.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fly a drone anytime soon.
Crashed it.
So true. Oh man, I love it. That sounds really exciting. Also sounds like super exciting things on the horizon, which kind of turns right into our next question here. So something that you're pumped to go out and chase, whether it's, tomorrow, next week, throughout the next years, what is it?
So I have two things, because one, like my own thing, and then like as a coach. So, and Kylie, probably you can say the same thing. Like today we finally got when our tryouts are for USA. And like that has been like kind of in limbo. We were supposed to have it, back a couple months ago, and then it got changed, and then we just haven't had a date. And I'm just so happy to finally have like a date set for us to like obviously like work towards. Obviously, we're always working as athletes, and lacrosse players, we're always working, no matter if it's just playing wall ball every day or whatever you love to do. But now we finally have that date, and like now it's like when we kick it into another gear. Training, all types of training, obviously conditioning, weightlifting, and lacrosse. So that's just something that like excited me. And I'm on the older spectrum of, Kylie's a little younger. So my time clock for lacrosse is kind of ticking. So these little moments are huge for me. So we'll see, but I'm really excited. So that's my personal one. And then coaching is just like having my team back, because obviously we all lost our seasons, right? So having them back, and then like just forming the relationships with them, and myself and the staff and the players together, and like having those freshmen feel like they're part of, that family we always talk about. So just working towards that goal that we all want to achieve at the end of the season, and like starting it now. So that's kind of where, we're at.
That's awesome. I mean, I know I'm right there with you. Like they posted, first of all, USA posted that highlight yesterday, which I'd never
fired me up. Fired me up.
I know. I'd never seen it before, but I knew exactly what play it was.
Me too. I'm like, I got tagged. I was like, what is this? What? I was like wondering. I was like, what is it? And I was like, oh, yeah.
And it's so funny because they cut it off right before I pretty much give you a concussion by jumping.
I wish they put that in there. Why wouldn't they?
Oh my gosh. But it's just so fun. I remember that play, and I remember I believe it was like maybe 2 years before that, but one of my first times playing with Team USA, we were out there and I scored and you did the same thing to me. You remember that? You came over.
I jumped right on you.
Over my head and I had no idea. And I was like, oh my God, is that Michelle Tumolo jumping on my head? Like, oh my God, where am I?
Broken. I remember that. I think
Then I did it right back.
I'm all about the celebrations. I hope all you guys are too.
You have to be, right? It's like celebrating life, you know?
Yes.
I think, who says it? Oh, Joe says it. Joe Spalina says it all the time, right? To us, it's like you work all year round to score, to have one of your teammates score, or to go up a couple goals. Like, you have to celebrate it. And especially now, like you said, like we've been played in how long? Like, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like in December. We're going to be so excited.
I know. And even though it's like tryouts, like whatever, it's just an opportunity to play at the same time. Like tryouts, you invite that energy and that like pressure. Like it's like that just you try to flip it into a positive. Obviously, it is a positive. You get an opportunity to play. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to celebrate everything.
Every little thing, like every caught pass, we're going to be like,
yes.
Love it. So obviously we both have a really, really strong passion for the same game. I'd love to kind of tap into like where that started for you, like bring it all the way back to little baby to me. Like what brought you to the sport of lacrosse?
So I love this question because it brings me, everyone probably here is like, oh, I remember that time. And I played a ton of sports growing up and lacrosse wasn't one of them. We just didn't have a club team. We didn't have a youth program until I was finally about to go in high school. And I went to a camp in the summer. And my cousin, a couple months before that, I was like, let's have a catch. And I was like, okay, like, what is this sport? Like, what is this lacrosse stick? And so we had a catch in her yard. And I was like, cool, like, I love this. So then that inspired me to go out and try out or go out to this camp. So then it was my high school coach who ran it. And then I remember the day. I was like 13 at the time. I got in the car, or maybe 14. Got in the car and I was like, Mom, I'm in love with this sport. And I feel like everyone on this, webinar probably feels the same way. Like when you first started playing, and there's the ups and the downs and the hard parts. But I remember that moment like it was yesterday. So I was 14 when I started. So
I want you to like tap into that for me because that's unique in this sport, especially right now. People pick up the sticks when they like first are born, at 2 years old. And was it tough for you to start so late, or did you not really recognize it because you were so passionate about it from the get-go?
I think I was like born to be an athlete. Like it's funny to say, like to be honest, I'm not the smartest. Like school was hard for me. So like athletic things were just like my passion, whatever. It could be having a catch with my brother. I'm like, I'm going to be better than you. So I've always been like that. So picking up the stick and I was like, okay, I'm obsessed. So I need to get good fast. My high school team was not great. But that's okay. We had a lot of fun. And so I knew like I really, really, really had to like get in the backyard and play with my net that was like a hand-me-down from someone, so I had to really, really make sure that I was doing the extra work, like all of you I'm sure do, like even just attending this podcast is like doing the extra work to make yourself better. So I did those things, and that's when Northwestern was going through their like amazing run of being like champions year after year. So I watched the Hannah Nielsen's, the Katrina Dowds, all those players that I was like, I want to be them. So I had a great coach that pushed me and was like, go try out for this, go do that. I'm like, what? Okay, sure. And then all the doors started to open up, but that comes with hard work.
That's amazing. And I absolutely love that you mentioned, Katrina and Hannah, and I know that they are now some of your closest friends, and it's crazy seeing it come full circle, right? Like I love that part of the sport, and I love that part of sports. Like some of the girls that are sitting here, some of the listeners on here, like they might be some of our teammates one day, we could just kind of like, it's so crazy, and you never know how that's going to work. And I was chasing around Katrina at a Northwestern tailgate when they were at Stony Brook.
I remember this story. You need to show everyone in this chat the picture. Eventually, everyone, don't forget to ask her for this picture, you guys.
So all right, we'll bring that back to social media at some point. But I remember showing that to Katrina one of our first times playing together for Team USA. She was like, please don't ever show me that again. I was like, okay, deal. Oh my gosh. So you mentioned that you have always been an athlete at heart, and I know that there's always times you're playing with a football in your hands, all sorts of different stuff. You just absolutely love it. Like, what other sports were you playing growing up, and how do you think that helped you, you know, even now playing other sports as well, and like even as hobbies, like how does that help you as a lacrosse player?
Yeah, I think you can like never get enough of sport, watching it, playing it. So I grew up playing like soccer, like the normal sport soccer. I got into softball, you know, that's a fun sport, but you know, it's you know, it's not whatever. We won't get into that. But I played hockey. I did play football, but not. My mom didn't let me be on the team. She was like, "You have to play soccer." I was like, "No, I want to play football." So, but I played in like I say I played because I literally was tackled by my friends, my guy friends. They didn't care that I was a girl, and I loved that. I played basketball very heavily. I thought I was going to be a point guard at D1 school for sure. Uh, but soccer and basketball, I would say, were like my number one like sports I thought I was going to go to college for until lacrosse came in. And then I've been picking up different sports as well. Like I'm obsessed with golf right now. Tennis, I really want to get good at. I go and shoot hoops like all the time across the street in my neighborhood. So I think the thing about being athletic or just like playing a ton of sports, you find these things out about the sport that like you can be like, oh, I can do that in lacrosse. Like even if it's like a behind the back, you can do a behind the back pass like in a basketball game, right? Like if someone's on you, I can just like toots or behind my like this way. And it's like, oh, okay. Like thinking outside the box is something that I learned playing other sports, but also like just the fundamentals of being you know, good with your feet or hand-eye, and just being so competitive is probably the biggest thing, and never wanting anyone to be better than you.
I love that. I mean, I know that that's something, you know, like that shines on the field, right? That competitive aspect, and you don't get to the level that you have gotten to without that.
Yeah,
That might have came from, you know, getting tackled by the guys
100%.
in football, or
100%.
even just your love for like getting out there and playing all the sports throughout your day. Like you and I were actually talking about it on the phone the other day, but like I know that even when you're coaching at Wagner, you just pop out there and you're shooting on the goalies,
Oh,
you know, like
no.
every day.
That's that.
You have to. It's part of your DNA almost to a point. And, you know, you can definitely tell that out on the field. There's points where you look like a quarterback when you're out there and you have the, right. And then there's points where you're diving on the floor like you probably did in basketball, you know, like.
Right. That's the same thing. Yeah, exactly like the point. Yeah. Like you just find these motor skills and like ways to be like just everywhere, literally everywhere, and do what you need to do to like be the best for your team. So that's a good point, Kai.
First of all, I like totally don't mean to go off topic here, but can I see the ring that you're flashing here?
Yes. Got engaged over the quarantine.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Well, we were
Yeah.
going to talk about quarantine hobbies, but I guess you got quarantine big news. So
That was a big hobby of mine for quarantine. Yeah.
well, congratulations. I know I haven't seen it yet, so I got a little excited there. You're flashing all the.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm like I talk my hands a lot from Jersey. You know, I feel like Long Island people are kind of like that too.
We do it.
Yeah, no.
You know, except we don't apparently know how to play rock paper scissors, but we can talk about that at a different.
We need to take a vote at the end of this. Who says what?
We're gonna do a vote. I actually saw it at a camp again the other day. There was a girl and she was like, "All right, rock paper. Wait, what is says? What do you mean rock paper?
I've never heard it.
Says shoot." And I was like, "No, that's how it's done."
Long Island.
You know, that was the exact time you were like, "Okay, Kylie's a weirdo." I can't.
My mind was like, you know, when your mind is like blown from things, that my mind is blown.
At least like all my Long Island people have my back, but
They did. They did. And they should always have your back for those things.
oh man, that's so funny. So I know we talked a little bit about like where you came from and everything like that, and you know, I know that your time at CUSE was something, you know, really special, near and dear to your heart, and that's something that we kind of have similarities in, right? Like our college years were super special to us. Like, can you talk about, you know, how you found CUSE? I know it was, you were late in the game to get into lacrosse. Like, how did Gary Gate find you? How did you know that that was going to be your home for 4 years?
Yes. Oh, Flanny. Sorry, guys, my dog. I agree with you. Like we both have had, and we've talked about this, like we've loved our experience and we had great coaches. And I think that's really important. And like just really falling in love with the place that you go to, and not everyone, you know, gets it right the first time. That's okay. But I was so thankful that I chose where I went. And I think a lot of people feel that way after they graduate and have a great experience, even if you don't win national championships. Obviously, that's the goal, and that's like probably still burning in both of our hearts. So yeah, I was obviously very late to the game, but I was lucky that my coach pushed me to go try out for the club team. And then I went to camps. Like, that's a huge thing because they get to talk to you and see you play on a different level. So I'd go to the Syracuse camp. I think I only went one time. I played with like a random team, like out of nowhere. They were like, yeah, you can just play with us. And I was like, didn't know anyone. I was like, okay. And then and also the assistants that he had at the time, like, really watched me a ton. So they were on me a lot. So I'm thankful that they were, because I didn't know. I didn't know who Gary Gate was. I didn't know what Syracuse. I didn't, it was just like so new to me. And when I went up, I just fell in love. When you just have that feeling.
Mhm.
And it was tough. I was definitely in love with like two schools at the time. I loved Northwestern, but it just felt right with Syracuse, and it was the best decision of my life.
I am so happy to hear you say that moment, right? When you kind of hop on campus, or whether you have a conversation with the coach, or you go to a camp and you just kind of know, like, you have that feeling. I think a lot of people talk about that.
Mhm.
And it's different for everybody, right? Like, it was me when I was sitting in front of Joe Spallina in his office.
Yes.
For you, it was like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do, but when I got there, like, I was like, okay, I could see myself
Mhm.
building a home here and building a lacrosse career and doing something special here. So
Yeah.
those moments come, and they're special in life, that's for sure. And that's definitely one of them. But I think, can you talk about some of your favorite memories there? We're in the Orange.
Yes. I bleed orange, everyone, if you didn't know. So no, I'm just kidding. We always said that when we were there, but so many memories, like, and you guys are so young, like, you're going to have this time in college, and it's like the best 4 years of your life. And even when you're like dying from a run test, or like you're up all night for a paper, like, you're like, no, I love it so much. Like, even though the hard times, but I would say lacrosse wise, we went to 3 Final Fours out of 4 years, which is awesome. We actually only won one Big East championship, which is crazy. We won some, I think, regular season, but like one Big East championship was nuts. And then we went to the national championship my junior year, and we had just like an amazing year. We had like gotten like down a couple goals in some games, and I come back like crazy and like win in like a double overtime. So it was like nuts. Like, we had like multiple games like that, like I think 3 in a row. And I was like, okay, this team can accomplish anything. Like, there's no doubt ever. So we in that semifinal against Florida, before we went to the national championship, we were down 7 goals and came back. It was at Stony Brook.
I was gonna say, it was at Stony Brook, right?
So so it was at Stony Brook, and then yeah, we came back and won, and then went to the national championship and lost, which is okay. But it was just those memories that like are just so amazing.
I love that you talk about, right, like, the on the field memories that stick out to you. I forget what. Oh, I'm reading a book right now, and it's actually obviously that really popular movie Miracle that everybody knows if you're a sports fan. It's Mike Eruzione, the captain. From that Miracle squad, and he just kind of like tells his story from just his story, right? And like, it goes through all of his background and everything, but then you get to the part of like the games that from the Miracle game and just from following sports. And it's really crazy to hear an actual player describe like those moments that you were just talking about, right? Like something that maybe a regular bystander or someone who was watching the game like would have no idea, right? Like those moments on the sideline where one person said something to you and you'll just never forget it. So I was thinking that the other day. I was reading it and I was like, this is so cool, because like you can never capture this in a movie that's been seen by millions.
100%.
But that one person who had that experience of being on that team is never going to forget, those moments. So that's really cool that you talked about that, because obviously I got to watch you and I remember watching that game, but I had no idea what was going through your heads.
Right.
And you guys were down, what'd you say, 7 goals?
7 goals with 12 minutes left, yeah.
With 12 minutes left. And then it was just wild to watch. Like, it just looked like a miracle to watch, right? But like, as a bystander, you don't know what goes on.
Like, you probably, and all of you listening, like, you're way too young. I don't think you were born yet. You probably were. But in that moment, you're probably like, oh, they're like probably so down in the dumps. Like they're not gonna, and like, I know for myself, I was like, we're gonna win the game. I don't care. Like, we're winning this game. We had no doubt. Like, I knew if I looked to my left and my right, like, that was my right. This is my left. That I knew that everyone around me felt the same because we had done it before. I mean, done it before. We were like shocking ourselves. So it was like, I don't know why we got down 7. We just couldn't figure it out in the beginning, but it's so true. Like, you would never know that that's how we actually felt until like you hear it.
Yeah.
That book.
Yeah, I got you. I'll send it to you. But I think that's such a special thing about sports, right? Like there's so many spectators in it and we're all big fans of it. And we're always wondering, especially like now I find myself, you know, kind of in those situations where I'm watching like a hockey game or I'm watching a football game and it's like,
what are they
some
thinking?
people, yeah, like some people are like, oh, how, you know, the score is tied, 3 minutes to go. Like, what do you think's going on in his head? And it's like, you start to think about as an athlete yourself, what would be going on in my head? And it's probably like, hey, I want to go win the game. I have trust in my teammates. I know they want to do the same thing. You know, it's cool to have that like athlete on athlete, like kind of mindset.
Or instinct, like having that like instinct from each other and like just knowing what you got to do to get it done.
Yeah, that's such a cool story. I'm sure that's probably one of your favorite games.
100%, like above like some of the championships. Like it's crazy because like obviously championships are great. And obviously we were so close to winning a national championship. Like I felt like we did win because of the team we had. And like just the bond and all the other stuff besides the score. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was the best.
That goes to show again, like another really special part of sports too, right? Like you could lose all the games, but you could have the best team chemistry, you could have the best time, the best memories, the best lessons learned. Like that's so awesome. So I'm glad we ended up speaking about that because I was going to ask you what your favorite game was. So we talked right about it, but you actually kind of talked a little bit about this too, right? Like you ended up losing that national championship, right? And there are failures all over, you know, our lacrosse journeys, life, like everything, right? And I think that's something that as what people see us as role models, we try to talk to, you know, young girls and young listeners to like, how can we kind of get through those hiccups? How can we get through those failures and turn them into successes? And I think like your injury back in college as well, like I know that was a big turning point for your career and for your mindset. Can you talk on that a little bit?
For sure. So going off of that year that I was just talking about, like the great win and then we losing the championship, I'm like, okay, I have one more year. Like we have a great team. We have a really good freshman who was Kayla Trainer coming in at the time. I'm like, we are going to be so good. Like, we're not going to like teeter off, you know, like we're really like, we got a stacked team. We got to work hard for it. Right. So we have a great fall, this and that. I go into my senior year, so excited. We're 13 games in. So like that's like way more than half the season. And I tear my ACL, and it was so weird because I've never been hurt. Literally, I've never been hurt in my life. I've maybe broken a finger and like stubbed my toe and like maybe rolled an ankle, but I had never been hurt. So I was like, no, like I can't have just done this. And it didn't even hurt. Like I literally fell and I was like, I know what I just did and I know what's about to like my emotional state. So tearing your ACL, we all know. Has anyone ever done it? You're so young. I don't think you probably wouldn't. Yeah. Okay, knock on wood. I'm knocking on bamboo right now.
I'm knocking
on. So I tear it, and then I obviously can't redshirt because there's a certain amount of games you need to play and whatnot. So I try to play on a torn ACL, which some people have done. My school was very nervous about me doing it and all that stuff, but I try to play whatever. That year was the year that they were picking the USA team for the World Cup. And I felt just prior to that, I tore it, was one of my better like training weekends. And I was like, okay, like I feel very good about like making the team. Yes, it's their decision, but like in my head, I knew I felt good. I actually didn't make the team, and then I tear my ACL. So it was like 2 failures in one, but it was like a silver lining in my head of like, okay, if I did make it, I wouldn't have been able to play. And 2, that just fueled my fire to be even better than I've ever been because I just got cut from the USA team. So I don't know if you've ever been cut from a team or whatnot, but like instead of like going home, and obviously I was devastated, right? I was dagger to the heart. It's like stinks. Like, I mean, Kylie, you've been through it, right? Like you didn't make the last one. Like it's so obviously saddening, but it's motivating. Like, cause you still have a chance. The next one now, Kylie is about to like make this World Cup team for the next round. Like, it's like you come back with this fuel and this fire, and I felt that. So I came back from like a total letdown, and then I felt like I played my best lacrosse in that 17 World Cup.
I can agree with that. I remember watching it, you know, and I think, what does that feel like? You know, what does that feel like to know that like you had come from such a low point, but you dug yourself back out, probably with the help of, you know, people around you and people you trusted, right? Like your circle. But just knowing that, like, that motivating factor, right? Like, what did that feel like when you were lifting up that trophy, wearing that gold medal?
I'll never forget. I ran over to my parents because they were like, where did you come from? Like, you're so athletic. Like, we don't know where you came from. And like, so like, they like are just, they've never been hard on me about athletics because like, I'd be like, Mom, I throw a football better than you. But like, they just always wanted me to enjoy myself. And they saw it when I lifted up that trophy. I came over, they just started bawling. I started bawling. And they knew what I had just gone through 3.5 years ago. Before that. So it was just like the best feeling in the world. And obviously winning gold with your teammates is amazing in itself. So it was just like a relief of like, I finally did it. Like, we finally did it. So it was amazing.
Well, I am so just like honored to be, you know, talking about this with you, because I know it's something that you like. It's not easy, you know, it's also not easy to talk about either. Nobody wants to talk about the struggles that they go through, but I think that it's really, really honorable and brave of you to kind of talk about. I know you wrote some articles about it and everything like that, and you always talk about it, and I think you're helping a lot of these young listeners through things that they might not know that they have to go through. And it might not be the same situation, but you know, there's always going to be those kind of like little hiccups or big hiccups in life, and you know, there is always a silver lining to it, like you said.
And it's good to hear too, because like even Kylie, you have hiccups, I have hiccups, like, but from the outside, people are like, oh, they always make those teams, or they this and that. It's like, no, I've been cut, like I've been yelled at, I've been this and that. Like, there's times where like I'm not perfect. And there's so many people, like Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team. Like, there's so many people that like, people need to hear that, because it's like, get knocked down, right? And then you like get back up. Like, what is it? Get knocked down 7 times, get back up 8, or whatever that is. But it's like so true. So like, don't feel defeated by one little thing. Like, make that motivate you to go back even harder. So
absolutely love it. I mean, I was just gonna kind of scale that down a little bit, even though that was the most inspirational thing I've ever heard. But I think just like in a sense of, this is a question that I get a lot from young girls, right? Like, just talking about even making mistakes in games, right? Like, and just like throwing a turnover, or you know, maybe getting ripped off the field, or things like that. It's stuff that happens, like you said, to everybody at any time, and it's just kind of like part of sports. But you know, how do you keep that like calm mindset? How do you get yourself back into the groove of things? Say if you don't have a good start to a game, or you have a couple mistakes, like, what's your reset button?
I love talking about this, because I also think this is another thing people can't see. People can't see anxiety, right? Like, people can't see nerves. And I was the most nervous player you would ever know. It was weird, because I think I just put so much pressure on myself. Literally, my parents never put pressure on me, but like, I put so much pressure on myself to be great. And it was also to be a good teammate. Like, lacrosse is a team sport. I'm not out there like Serena Williams at the US Open by myself, and she's going to put her own pressure on herself. But I'm so lucky that I have my teammates. So I would be super nervous about going into a game, but as soon as that first whistle started, I'm like, okay, this is why I'm here. Like, this is, you know, I prepared. I did all that I need to do. It was like in my being, you know, just get a little nervous. So but it wouldn't affect my play. Like, I wouldn't ever let it affect my play, but I made mistakes. I'm not perfect. Like, there's times where I would have turnovers, this and that, but I never like counted stats. I never ever did that unless it was like turnovers. I'm like, whoa, I need to like pump the brakes here. Maybe that feed isn't there, or maybe my shot, like, what am I doing? So those are the ones that you can fix. Obviously, you can fix your shot and all that stuff, and your decision making. But I always just like looked around. I'm like, what is this opportunity I've been given? I'm so lucky. And where did I come from? So I'm like, all right, relax. I've got this. I'm here for a reason. I think we all can say that. Like, you're there for a reason. and you got to pull it together for your teammates. Because if you're having a hissy fit or whatever because you missed a shot or you had a bad pass, like the most dangerous athlete or the most dangerous player is like the one that like reacts right after that, like because it's like, oh, I just did that, I'm gonna go back check. And that's something I do. I'm not really allowed to talk about like the recruiting stuff, but like that's what I look up for in kids that I recruit as well. Like if they make a mistake, what's the reaction after it?
I love that you mentioned that because that's actually something that we haven't ever talked about on here, right? Like, is that reactive player? I think it's important, and you mentioned it, right? It's important to be resilient in a sense of making a mistake or throwing a turnover and then kind of just snapping yourself right back into it. But you want to
let's be real. Let's all put it out there. We all made mistakes.
Oh, that's for sure. We definitely do. And especially us, right? It's like, you shouldn't have thrown that behind the back.
Yeah, we like to thread the needle.
But I love it. But I think like it's so important to be almost like resilient in a good way. Like you said, you don't want to be the reactive player in a negative way where you're reacting to something that you did and it's something you could fix on the next play by making it worse for yourself too. And I think that's something that unfortunately sometimes we learn the hard way, but also can go a long way hearing from someone like you. So I think also as well, right? Like you learn a lot being out on the fields playing, obviously. But you're also a head coach of an awesome program. And how do you think that's like transitioning from like just playing in college, right? And then just playing professional? Like, how do you think being on the sideline and really kind of putting together your own program and watching these girls develop and everything, how do you think that's helped you, one, as a player, and then vice versa, right? Playing, helping you on the coaching side of things.
For sure. I am so lucky to be the head coach at Wagner. I was always nervous. Again, I'm a nervous person. You guys are learning a lot about me, but like to have my own program and like be the leader because I never want to fail anyone. And, just in any way. And I always want my players to be, you know, have a positive role model to look up to and also like learn on and off the field. So that was like, not that I didn't think I was capable, it's just a lot of responsibility. And I'm so grateful that I went after this job because it's the most rewarding. And you know, I have 32 kids on my team right now, 2 players, women, they're women because they're in college. Oh my God, it's so crazy. But, they are amazing and they make me like better as a human. They make, you know, I learned so many things about different people and it's really, really cool. So I'm so lucky I'm still playing. So I get in my practice drills. I'm like, okay, I do the practice plan. I'm like, oh, I'm getting in that drill, that drill, that drill. And obviously I need to coach and I'm still coaching as I'm playing, like 100%. I'm like stopping the drill. I'm like, nope, why did I just beat you? Your angle on defense or this and that. Okay, you just stopped me this way. So I'm able to coach as I play. And I definitely know when to step back more than just getting the drills. But I think it's also really cool too. And this is what Gary did. And I don't know if Joe does this at practice for you guys, but he played with us as well. And I was like, I want to be him. Like, I literally want to be him. So I'm like, okay, I wouldn't know what that looked like if he didn't hop in the drill with us. And so I just wanted to mimic him. So I've always had that in my head. And I'm not like, girls, look at this. This is what you should do. This is what I'm doing. No, it's like, okay, just naturally what that feed was. Oh, she saw that before it even happened, or a shot placement or a fake, different things like that. I know I'm rambling, but there's so many great positive things as being a coach and a player at the same time. So that's what I would say is like, as a player still, like I'm hopping in those drills. And as a coach, it's still is like, I'm able to be like, okay, I see this better too. Cause I'm in this drill and I know what you're not doing well or doing wrong. But it's also like made me see the game so much more as a coach. Cause you got to have a lot of tactics up your sleeve in a way for lacrosse. I always say that. I'm like, it's so hard to be it's easy, but hard as a coach. You need to have plays, defensive sets, player development. You need to know all of these things. And I'm like, there's so many sports where you're just like, yep, hit the ball. Obviously it's hard. I'm like, can I be a golf coach? I'm like, is there stress in that? I'm like,
if you're a golf coach, can you teach me? Because like I just
that's my sister last night. But I love it because it like literally gives me life. So there's so many things I learned from being a coach and a player at the same time, especially on the field with you know, just tactical things lacrosse wise and skill based things and I'm still learning. I'm like still like to this day I love watching YouTubes of you, Taylor, Dana Dobie, Jen Adams, like all those things. I'm like, I want to do those things as well in my practices. So constantly learning.
That's what is so exciting about the kind of lacrosse world, right? Like everybody's always just learning from each other. And I think that's what's so cool about the community of it. Where else do you see that in sports? Like some sports are too big to be able to do that. And like our community is so close knit, and that's so awesome. I would 100% be in all your drills as well. So if you ever need like an extra
player, yes. Need a lefty out there with me. We don't
I
have
got you. No, I really, really can't wait to get back out on the field with you. I mean, I think it goes to show like we clearly have a shared passion for this game and just like having our sticks in our hands as well. Like I think that's something that we always talk about, but like I'm on one level. A lot of these girls have seen me at sessions and things like that. And like anytime that I have my stick in my hands, I'm always like throwing it around my shoulder and like all this stuff, and my friends have always made fun of me, growing up, like, when are you going to put that thing down? And I know that you're the same way, I think it's so awesome just to like have that commonality, and just that
the love of the game. You can't put it down.
For the love of the game, all the stick tricks in the world, give it to us.
Yes. I'm still learning some cool ones. Hopefully.
Me too. Can you teach me? All right, cool.
I'm trying to perfect the one that I did, the fake, like the swing. Obviously you can't do that in the game, but like I did that today with the drone. The one where you look like you're gonna bat it. Have you guys seen that? And you like catch it in the stick underneath your arm. Yeah, you like. Cool. I'll show you guys.
Yeah, just post an Instagram video of your drone footage, your fancy drone. Right?
You guys will
we can't do drones here in New York, so that's all you. Well, let's talk about some of your other hobbies outside of lacrosse. Like what, obviously we are lacrosse players. That's what a lot of people know us as, right? And know you for and follow you for and everything like that. But, you're obviously a person first as well. Mm-hmm. And what are some words that you would use to describe you, Michelle Tumolo, as a person?
Good question. I know you asked this and I was going to think about it before. Oh, I think for me, I would say a word that has definitely described me in this past couple months. Like I've found a lot about myself. It's like authentic. I just always want to be myself. And it's kind of like my brand that Kylie's wearing, MT35, like being your most authentic self. And I think I'm like a goofball, but I'm also like super like loving and just compassionate, but also like let's go. Like I'm like a go-getter. So I'm like all these things meshed in one. But I would say authentic for sure describes me. And as a person, you can be authentic in any way. Like doesn't like I identify with the LGBTQ community, and I've lived my truth for so long, and I never realized how much it was needed to talk about in this lacrosse world itself. So I just have been talking about that a lot, and being your most authentic self, and especially in the LGBTQ world. Like it's really hard to do that for some people, and I want them to know that like they have a safe space with me, and they have a safe space to always be themselves. So it's kind of been my thing.
That's awesome. You should make t-shirts that say #authentic on them. I'll buy that one too.
I'm changing things up for the winter. I think that might be it. A little KO on it.
No. I don't want
TM KO.
TM KO, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. No, I have definitely, like, when I kind of wrote up this question, I knew that I wanted to ask you about it. Like, that's exactly what I was thinking for you. Maybe not that exact word because I'm not that, kind of as smart as you, but I think that's something that has always been super important to you, right? Like, is just being who you are and not caring. And that's something that I've taken from you off the lacrosse field, that I've tried to put a little bit more of myself into what I do as well. Like I've always, of course, watched you play and wanted to emulate everything that you do on the field, but off of it, it's so much more important too, right? Like just to carry yourself in the way that you want to carry yourself, and to also spread that love to everybody else around you, saying like, if you want to carry yourself that way, I'm cool with it too. You know what I mean? Like whatever floats your boat, we're going to love you no matter what. And I think that's so important. So thank you for sharing that. And thank you for being authentically you.
No, I appreciate that. And I think going off of that, just another thing, like, I I think it's so amazing to see like players that like us to say those things too. Like you're your most authentic self too, and like people see that, and you have probably more people that look up to you than you ever realize. And I was gonna get into this at the end, but like you're like the first to ever have an app, and like you're being yourself. You're not just doing it to do it. Like this is who Kylie is, you guys, and like obviously you're so lucky to like have her do all these things, and you have the access and the ability to just go in an app and look at that. Like she is the first ever. And it's truly amazing to see that because you just want to help people get better at lacrosse. And it's like, and like doing extra things to help them develop as people as well. So that is really important that everyone, I'm sure, already realized, but.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that little compliment section we just added in there just to each other, just hype each other up, right? Wearing each other's t-shirts. And
Yes.
it's all about supporting each other and lifting up the people around you and like
And the empowerment.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, we're stronger together. We might be two completely different people, but if we can support each other doing what we're doing, then when we, one, get back on the field together, and two, continue to do really awesome things for not only lacrosse, but just women in general, you know, we're stronger in the fight together. So I appreciate you, MT35. Go check it out if you guys haven't as well. But I think, you know, outside of, we talked a little bit about this, but your quarantine activities, I know you talked about like golf, tennis, you obviously got engaged, which is huge. And, you know, like what are some other things that you're passionate about as well? Like what are some of your go-to hobbies? I know you're dog mom as well.
Yes, he's literally waiting outside the door right now too. You're a new dog mom, aren't you?
No.
Is it your family?
Yeah, it's my family's dog.
Got it. Okay. But still, like dog sister.
Don't like tempt me though, because
It's hard. I'll tell you, it's hard. I mean, I love my dog to death. If you guys have seen him, Flanny, little Wheaten Terrier, he's cute. But he is like, I can't wait to have kids, but he's my child. Like he is, I look at him, I'm like, I'm just obsessed with you. So that is like my first priority, obviously. But no, I have an amazing fiance, Laura Bennett. She is amazing. I met her 3 years ago, I think it was. But in the quarantine, she was on the front lines with, as a PA. So I had to be like really smart, and obviously I didn't do anything. So I was like, what can I like do while she's working hard and I'm just sitting here trying to think of lacrosse things to do with toilet paper? I don't know. I was like, what else could I do? So I obviously came up with MT35 because I've always wanted to do something like that. But I also like to cook. I was trying to cook more and do some fresh pressed juices. I'm obsessed with my family, as Kylie is as well. Like we're just lucky to have really great families, and I'm one of 5 kids. So I was doing like a ton of like either Zooming with them or trying to hang out with them as well, in like the most respectful way with quarantining. So that's just like my circle, you know. I love to be with them as much as possible, and I lived very far from them for a while, so I'm finally like an hour away from basically everyone. So
oh, that's awesome. That's probably so exciting. I know I've actually been recognizing that you're with your siblings a lot.
I know. And my sister actually might move into this room soon because she might go to MSU. It's Montclair State to go back to school for nutrition. So
ooh,
might be her bedroom soon. I'm like, please move in.
No more Zooms in there.
Yeah, right. I'm like, but yeah. So a lot, and obviously the proposal, I proposed first. That was I was nervous, but I did it well.
You did do it well. I remember you talking about it in November.
I know.
Yeah, you were talking about it in November at our last training weekend. You're like, I think we're going to do this and this.
I know. I'm like, oh God.
And you're like, but I'm not going to do it till May. And I was like, just do it now so that we could see it.
I know.
I can't believe you waited that long.
Believe me, I'm so bad at keeping secrets, and that secret was kept.
Oh, well, it looked beautiful, and I'm super happy for you guys. But that's so funny, because I remember that, you know, and I think that actually goes into our first question from some of our KO17 lacrosse girls. But like those are some of the little things that you remember from those like USA weekends, right? Like we're only together for what, 48 hours, like maybe 60 hours, and like there's just so much that happens, so much to catch up on.
Yeah, like, tell me everything, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and like you just have all these plans, and then you see it on social media, and you're like, "Oh, I knew it."
There it is. Yeah.
So that's so awesome. Big moves, Chumi. Big moves.
I'm very happy about it though. I'm glad it's over. It was great, but the stress, I'm great. I'm good now.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we have a couple questions from some of our KO17 girls. Our friend Sarah, who's actually here watching, she wants to know what it's like playing for Team USA and also what it's like, you know, playing with a leadership role on the team for Team USA now.
I know, it's crazy. I'm old now, so I'm a leader.
Oh.
I'm an older leader. No, it's the best and most rewarding and just like the best thing ever. Putting on that jersey is it like electrifies you, you know, you put it on, you're like, wow. And I get emotional sometimes. I can remember being at the World Cup and listening to the national anthem and I'm like, whoa, like this is like amazing. Like this is so cool. And I grew up watching Mia Hamm and wanting to be Mia Hamm. And she's much older, but she was the best player to ever play the US on the US soccer team. So I just was like, whoa, like that's really cool. So then when I got to put it on, that jersey, it's just like the best feeling and most rewarding. But the biggest thing is like the relationships you build. Like just, I probably wouldn't have been this close. I mean, maybe we would have, but if we didn't get to play together and have these weekends and find out like great things about these people that you're like, wow, like I just knew them from seeing them on TV or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So just and the relationships you build for sure is like the biggest thing as well. It's just so cool.
Yeah, for sure. Isn't that so weird to think about, right? Like you would just never know if you would actually become friends with all these people. And I love that part of it, you know. It's such a fun journey. Our friend Catherine is also here today listening. And she would like to know what one tip you could give younger listeners now that you wish that you knew in middle school. One piece of advice.
Hi, Catherine. And hi, Sarah. Thank you so much for asking that as well. One piece of advice I would say is, and it kind of goes back to like the failures and the hiccups, like don't let anyone tell you can't do something or someone like dictate where you're going to be in your life. Like always do something for you and why it makes you happy, and not even like what your friends tell you to do. Like it's all about you, and go out there and do the best of your ability to do that and be a good person as well. And I know you probably are a great little human, and just like radiate that to your friends and your teammates, and just like literally dream big. That's like Kylie's motto, right? Like dream big and do what makes you feel uncomfortable, because that you literally have to be great. And I promise you it'll be worth it.
Oh, beautifully said. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Dream on, is it right? Dream on?
Yeah, dream on.
Okay, okay. I knew it was something dream. Dream.
Dream, people, dream.
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna be on your next line of t-shirts, right? Just dream. Just dream, people.
Dream big, dream small, dream whatever you want. Just dream.
I love it. Our last question from our KO17 Lacrosse family. They'd like to know what your favorite goal that you've ever scored is.
Oh my God, one that didn't count.
Oh no.
I'll give you guys a little tidbit, but I scored from like behind the halfway point, like half field, and it didn't count because the rule was like it had to cross before 0, and I think it was like like I think it was about to cross at like 0.01, and it didn't count. It was like the coolest thing. I couldn't do it ever again if I tried. That was one that didn't count, but we can count it in our heads and our hearts. But another one would be against UNC, the game before the Florida game that we were down 7. We were down by 3 with like 2 minutes left. I scored, and then I think assisted one, and then I had 5 seconds to score, and I looked up at the clock, and I was like, okay, I need to go. Like, I need to go right now. I did a move, and I spun around, and I bounce shot. Like, I never do this shot again. Like, things that, like, I would never do. And I literally just shot the ball at the ground, and it hit the top left corner of the goal, and I was like, and you should see the reaction. I have, like, a picture somewhere of the reaction of me and then, like, my teammates. It was, like, so cool. So I'd have to say that one.
You know, it's funny, right? Like you get questions like that again, and it's like, you'd think that you'd remember just kind of like the overall general thing, but you remember every little detail.
Every detail. I remember like being like, okay, the time is at like 10. I got to make it go down to 5 so then they don't have a chance to score. And then blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, the fact that I thought of that, I was like, wow, I'm pretty impressed with myself.
The fact that you thought about all of that with only 5 seconds to go, like that's a lot.
And usually I'm like, no, I'm gonna pass it. Like I'm gonna pass it. And
Yeah.
I did that one time. When we didn't score and then we lost to Northwestern. And Katrina said, "You never pass it." I was like, she's like, "You need the ball at the end of the game." And with 5 seconds, you need to score. And so that game I did, and then I scored. And she looked at me and she was like, "I'm crying. You listened to me." Again, I was so lucky to have her as my coach.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
I'll pass you though. Don't worry. That was just back then. I'm like always looking to pass. I'm like, who's gonna put this in the goal?
No, go for that little bounce shot. It's all you. I have all the faith in the world.
That's something Joe would tell you though. Be like, the ball needs, but it like makes sense. Like the ball needs to be in your stick at the end. I'm like, okay.
Okay, whatever you say, I'll try.
If they triple team me, I'm gonna pass it.
If there are 14 girls on me, I'm going to pass the ball. Just be right.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious. We're gonna keep the fun vibes rolling here for our last couple minutes. Little segment I like to call quick finishes. We know something about those. But pretty much just like a speed round. Little
Love
fun
it.
questions.
Okay,
And rattle out some answers. Look, she's ready to go. She's all competitive. She's like, I'm gonna beat you, even though it's not a competition. Okay, so no right answers here, but ready? Best trip you've ever been on?
A year ago, Sardinia. I lived on a sailboat for a week. Coolest thing I've ever done. Look at my Instagram.
Favorite athlete right now?
Okay, I have two. I'm sorry. I always do this. One is Serena Williams because she's just so bad. ASS. Like we all know how cool she is. She is like she was losing the other day and then she just turned it on and was just like, no, I'm not gonna lose. And she's so cool. Other one would be Dustin Johnson. He's a golfer. He can't stop winning. He wins all the money. Yeah. Are you a fan too? He's got millions and millions of dollars just from putting up that ball in that little hole in the ground. That's what I really want to, emulate him on my next round of golf. So.
Oh my goodness. Okay, tacos or pizza?
Tacos over everything.
Yes. Okay. One thing on your bucket list.
Ooh. Guys. I want to go to what country? I've had so many I want to go to because I haven't been to a lot, but I want to go to Thailand, Indonesia, all that I want to ride an elephant. I want to get sprayed by them with the water. That's bucket list item.
Okay, on your bucket list, you want to get sprayed by an elephant. Yes. Do you call them sprinkles or jimmies?
Okay, you're Jimmy's gal, right?
Mm.
No, you're sprinkles. Okay, so I grew up saying Jimmy's, but I say both.
Okay.
I think South Jersey is Jimmy's because Philly area Jimmy's.
Yes. Yeah.
I said Jimmy's growing up, but I say both as right now. But I would say Jimmy's because I grew up saying that.
I only ask because that's my weird little thing that
I've seen that.
Yeah, I eat them out of the spoonful.
You like chocolate or rainbow?
So if I'm
flipping it on you.
I know you're flipping the questions around on me, but if I'm eating them on ice cream, I like chocolate, but if I'm eating them by myself, I like rainbow.
That's valid. Okay,
yeah, I'm weird. Okay. Behind the back or between the legs?
I'm gonna go behind the back because that's more realistic that I'm gonna do that and actually complete it. But I love you on between the legs, but behind the back, I have to say.
Okay, last but not least, if you could meet one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
I feel like this is a little cliche, but it would have to be Kobe because so many things. Kyle literally saw Kyle Harrison, you guys. He's an STX athlete and plays professionally. He saw them the day before he died. I just think about that a lot. But I am just so impressed with his ability to grow basketball on the WNBA side and supporting. And I just wish he was still here. He is still here with us, but to see what he was going to do in his future and for his daughter. And I coached at Oregon, so he's really close with Sabrina Ionescu. So it was really cool to see their dynamic. So I'd love to just hear his perspective of that because we're trying to do that on the women's lacrosse side, is that whole pro lacrosse, trying to, take it to the next level. So that would be my guy.
Love it. 24 forever, right?
Forever. Amazing guy.
Oh, absolutely. And, I think you have definitely taken so much of what you've learned from all these favorite athletes, right? And your entire journey to take you to where you are today. And obviously, like I mentioned a million times, someone that I look up to a ton. And I'm so grateful.
I got you. The age doesn't matter.
Age does not matter. That's true, girls. I look up to all of you guys as well because you inspire me every day. But I think that's so important. And you gave us so many little tidbits of wisdom tonight. And I'm so, so grateful for you being your authentic self each and every day. And for all of those little tidbits that you've given to not only just the lacrosse community, but everyone that you touch in life. So thank you so much for being here today.
I appreciate that. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you and all the other teammates that I have and all of you watching. So thank you for having me and listening. And I can't wait to meet you hopefully someday soon. Maybe I'll do something with Kylie soon. I'm so close. Now I'm like only like an hour and a half. I don't even think that far.
No, I don't even think it's that far. We're only like an hour now.
It depends on the traffic. Let's be real, everyone, right?
That's true.
If
you leave in the middle of the night, you're fine.
Yeah. When no one is on the road.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for being here and for everything that you do. And girls and listeners, thank you so much for listening in and for tuning in. Hope to see you guys again soon. Everybody stay safe, please.
Thank you so much, you guys. Lax on. See you soon. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.